Look at this leaf. It looks like plastic, right? Many people believe that the Zamioculca is indestructible, but what no one tells you is that this plant is a prehistoric survivor that stores energy in underground potatoes just to endure months of neglect. Now let me ask you, is your Zamioculca stagnant, without any new leaves for months? The problem isn't your black thumb. In fact, it simply entered hibernation mode for safety. While you patiently wait, large growers use specific triggers of light and nutrition to make the plant explode with new, shiny shoots in record time. Today, I'm going to open the black box and show you exactly what professionals do behind the scenes to wake up this force of nature. It's what separates an ordinary pot from a living sculpture that dominates the room. But first, a gift. I left here in the description some recommendations with the plants and products that I personally use and trust to make your life easier. Go ahead, leave your like and subscribe, because the secret I'm about to tell you today will change the game in your home, and so I can get to know you better. From which city are you taking care of your plants today? Comment down below. I want to see how far our urban jungle is reaching. I don't know if you know this, but there are 8 lush varieties and cultivation secrets to keep them always beautiful. 1. Zamioculca zamiofolia. Classic. The classic Zamioculca is the queen of resilience, but the curious fact is that it is not a palm tree, but rather a distant relative of anthuriums. Growers achieve that mirror-like shine not with chemical products, but by making sure the plant never suffers from dust buildup, which blocks photosynthesis. It loves indirect light and survives in dark corners, but to release new leaves, it needs brightness. The soil must be extremely well-draining, almost like a substrate for succulents. It is ideal for those who live in apartments with little natural light, or for those who completely forget about the watering can. The practical benefit is immediate. It fills empty spaces with an elegance that few plants can maintain with so little effort. 2. Zamioculca raven, the black one. This is the rare jewel of collectors. The great curiosity of the raven is that its leaves are born bright green, and as they mature, gain a shade of purple so dark that it looks black. To maintain this vigor, the grower's secret is patience with nitrogen. In excess, the leaf takes longer to darken. It prefers mild temperatures and hates cold drafts. Having a raven at home is raising the level of decoration to something dramatic and luxurious. It is perfect for those who already master the common Zamioculca and want something with more personality. The contrast of the black leaves against a light wall completely changes the look of an office or living room. 3. Zamioculca zenzi, the dwarf. If you have little space, zenzi is the master choice. Unlike the classic one, it has leaves much closer together and a very chubby stem, giving a compact and robust appearance. The interesting fact is that it grows much more slowly, which makes it ideal for work desks or bookshelves. The essential care here is strict water control. Because the stem is denser, it rots easily if the soil stays waterlogged. It brings the feeling of nature to small environments without invading anyone's space. It is the perfect entry plant for beginners who live in small studios and want something that does not need constant pruning. 4. Zamioculca variegata. This is the collector's sticker that every grower protects under lock and key. Its leaves present white or yellowish spots, which is a fascinating genetic mutation. Because it has less chlorophyll in the white parts, it needs a little more light than the others to obtain energy. The secret for it not to lose the variation and turn completely green is precisely the balance of lighting. It is a standout piece for emotional well-being, as observing its unique colors brings deep relaxation, ideal for those who already have some experience and want a plant that becomes the center of attention. It is an investment in beauty that enhances any botanical collection. 5. Zamioculca supernova. The supernova is an evolution of the raven, with even denser leaves and slightly more vertical growth. What is impressive about it is the thickness of the leaves, which look like leather. Growers use slightly tight pots to encourage the plant to fill the center with new shoots, creating a very full clump. It loves soils rich in organic matter, but always very loose. For those looking for a functional plant that purifies the air efficiently, it is unbeatable. It is excellent for hallways or building entrances where the flow of people is high, because it withstands occasional touches without getting easily damaged. 6. Zamioculca zamicro. As the name suggests, it is an even smaller and more delicate version than Zenzi. The curiosity is that its leaves are more lance-shaped and thinner, giving a sense of lightness. The secret here is air humidity. Although it does not need much water in the soil, it likes a less dry environment. It is the ideal plant for well-lit bathrooms or kitchens. The practical benefit is versatility. You can create arrangements in open terrariums or small ceramic pots. For those who are just starting now and are afraid of large plants that take over the house, Zamicro offers the charm of the Zamioculca in a charming miniature format. 7. Zamioculca broadleaf. We arrive at a variation that is the darling of major decoration projects, the broadleaf Zamioculca. You know those imposing plants you see in receptions of luxury hotels or high-end offices? It is usually this one. Some selections made in nurseries result in leaflets much wider and more robust than normal. The remarkable fact is that this characteristic is not just aesthetic. These larger leaves function like giant solar panels, managing to capture much more light in shaded environments where other plants would struggle. The grower's secret to maintain this vigor is fertilization rich in potassium, which strengthens the tissues and prevents the leaves from becoming soft. Because it grows strongly, it needs pots with good depth so that its roots, those famous potatoes, have space to store energy. Visually, it conveys an immediate feeling of abundance and prosperity, being almost indestructible. It is the ideal plant for that floor pot in large living rooms that needs a touch of grandeur without requiring you to be an expert in gardening. If you want a plant that fills the environment with authority, this is the right choice. 8. Zamioculca lucky, the round one. To close our list with a golden key, we have the Zamioculca lucky, a variation that is the true four-leaf clover of collectors. What makes it special is the shape of its leaves. While the classic one has pointed tips, the lucky presents much more circular and rounded leaflets. It is a rarity that many people confuse with the common one at first glance, but when you look closely, you notice a much more symmetrical and organized growth. A fascinating curiosity is that it seems to have even more stamina than the others, responding much better to well-spaced watering. The essential care here is to keep the room temperature stable, as it hates sudden changes or thermal shocks. Because of its curved shapes, it is the #1 choice for those who follow feng shui principles or seek harmony in interior design, since rounded shapes soften the energies of the environment. If you are a beginner and want that classic look, but with a subtle touch of exclusivity and an almost sculptural shape, the lucky will surprise you with its ease. It is proof that perfection sometimes comes in rounded shapes. Throughout this video, we realize that the secret of a perfect Zamioculca is not in daily watering or expensive fertilizers, but in respecting the timing of this plant and offering the right triggers of light and drainage. Whether it is the imposing raven or the compact Zenzi, they all share this iron genetics that allows us to have a piece of the jungle inside the house, even with the busiest routine in the world. Now that you already know how growers maintain that shine and stimulate the birth of new leaves, your challenge is to observe your pot and see which of these tips it is asking for. I really want to know from you, which of these 8 varieties caught your attention the most? Do you prefer the mystery of the black plant or the practicality of the dwarf version? Tell me in the comments, because I read everything. If this video helped you understand your green companion better, don't forget to leave your like and share it with that friend who swears they don't have a green thumb.